Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna talk to you guys about what lipase is in case you had any more questions on it, or if you haven't watched the video that I made before this, I'll put it in the link down below. That way you can go and check it out. But I do all of this process because I have excess lipase in my milk. Lipase is an enzyme that you have in your milk that breaks down the fats. That way your baby can digest it. When you have excess lipase, this starts happening a lot quicker. So that's why your milk starts breaking down before your baby can even have it. And that includes when it's frozen. The process doesn't stop when it's frozen. However, you can inactivate it at a high temperature. So that's why you scald your milk. You don't want to boil it, which is why I do it like this, because I feel like I have more control over the temperature than on my stove. But by scalding the milk, you do lose a little bit of nutrients, but it's still not losing all of the nutrients in it. I would still prefer to do that. So if you're not sure if you have excess lipase in your milk, the best way to do it is a taste test. So if it smells kind of funny, or your baby's not wanting to take a bottle when they're away from you, that could be it. It could just be the nipple itself at the bottle that the baby doesn't want. But I didn't figure this out until it was too late with Jackson, and I didn't do this before pumping my milk, so all of the milk that I had was already tasting like this, and he would not take it. Liam, on the other hand, he never had a problem with it. I had discovered that that's when it like smelled funny afterwards, and I just thought that maybe I wasn't storing it correctly, even though I had put it directly into the freezer. I thought maybe I just had done something wrong. I still threw out all that milk anyways because I thought that it was bad. I'm getting ready to scald some milk for my daughter right now to freeze, like I talked about in my last video. So if you want to see how I do it so that way I can remove all the excess lipase in her milk, please keep watching. I have here some milk that I just finished pumping. It's about 5 ounces. That's all I got this time, unfortunately. Today was kind of sad because this 5 ounces that I pumped out here, it took me 2 tries from both sides, and I've been struggling so hard to try to keep producing enough milk to keep feeding Gracie. At this point, I'm only feeding her. What I'll do is I'll feed her first, breastfeed her first, and then I'll give her formula. And it's usually because she's crying because she's hungry. I'm not producing enough milk right now. I've changed my diet. I'm taking supplements. I've been trying everything. I think I've been stressed out. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life right now, and I think I'm just so much more busy this time. So it's been really hard trying to cope with having to switch over to formula. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just not what I wanted to do for her. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do. So these are the things that I use to scald my milk, so that way I don't have to do it on the stovetop. A bottle warmer. This one is the Munchkin brand. I'll see if I can find a link for it and put it down below. Some kind of a metal container. I don't recommend glass just because you're going to be getting it up to 180 degrees, so it could break, and that would just be bad. Then you have glass and breast milk, and it would be a total waste. So some kind of a stainless steel canister. You can use, like, if you have a thermos or something as well. I have this from back when I used to bartend. And also you need a thermometer. I had a digital one, but it actually just busted, so I'm going to use this good old like a meat thermometer. And of course your milk, and then you're going to want to have like some kind of container because you're going to do like an ice bath. and dunk it in afterwards to cool it off so it doesn't keep processing. So I just set it. Now I'm gonna let it start doing its thing. I get like a big container like this, and I'm gonna fill it up with some ice and water, because when you're done you want to dunk it in. Otherwise it's gonna still keep heating up because it's in that stainless steel can. Probably help if I unlock the fridge. I love this refrigerator. It has like this little locking feature on it, so your kids can't come and just start pushing buttons and make all the ice come out of it. I'm only gonna fill it up about halfway. When you stick it into the water, remember that the water is gonna rise all around it. So you don't want to fill it up all the way, because then what's going to happen, especially if you have an open container like mine, the water is going to start pouring into it. I know this because I've done it before and I wasted, it was like 10 ounces of milk. I was so upset. So make sure that you don't fill it up all the way, because then you're going to have the same problem that I did. I wanted to show you guys, make sure you're reading your meat thermometer right. I've done this before in the past. You see how right here you can see the tip. It looks like if it's getting to 190, but you have to remember that tip is not the tip. You need to use this side. I'm not sure what the side is called. But this part should be at the bottom. So really it's only getting to about 120 degrees right now. I've made that mistake before and I froze a bunch of my milk thinking that I had heated it up to 180 degrees when really I had only heated it up to like 100 degrees. So make sure that you are using your thermometer correctly. And I just kind of mix it around too, just to make sure I'm getting an accurate temperature. I'm just going to take it off for a minute because it was leaning up against the side, so I don't want to get an incorrect reading. Alright, let's put it back just into the milk itself. To do this method, you need a bottle warmer that won't shut off automatically. A lot of bottle warmers have like a safety feature so that way you don't leave it going, but that won't work with this because it will cool down on you, then you have to turn it back on, and it's just going to have to keep going and going. So the one that I use, I looked up online, did some research, and that one doesn't have an automatic shut off. It does up to 10 minutes, so you don't even need 10 minutes to be able to scald your milk. I've been able to do it with cold milk from the fridge in maybe about 5 minutes. Sorry if you guys hear background noises, my kids. Once it's done, then you put it into your ice bath. And you can start seeing the temperature dropping. Usually I let it sit in there for a little while. I'll probably put like a cover over it, that way nothing gets into it. But yeah, once it's cooled off, then you can put it into like a storage bag and you just put it into the freezer and you're good to go. So that's how you can keep the milk from starting to like taste bad. Also, I wanted to mention, if you discover that you do have excess lipase and you already have a bunch of milk in your freezer and your baby's not taking it, before throwing it out, you can consider donating it. I wish I would have known this at the time because I totally would have donated it. That donated milk can go to babies who are eating through a feeding tube that won't even notice the difference. So that way they can still get the nutrients of breast milk, but they won't be tasting how bad it tastes anyways, so they'll still be able to benefit from it. This is cooled off now. I'm going to pour it into the bottle. And you can pour this directly into the storage bags as well if you like. This one I'm probably going to be feeding her soon, so that's why I didn't put it into a bag. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. That way I know that you liked it so I can make more videos like this. Also, if you have any suggestions, please leave it down below, or also you can find me on Instagram. I'm pretty active on there. You can get a hold of me, DM me if you guys have any questions or you have any requests. I'd love to make a video just like this one that was requested. That way it's something that you guys actually want to see. I'm looking through YouTube right now because I'm trying to see any other videos on this. There was one video that I remember that I had watched when I figured out that I could like scald my milk like this. There's still not a lot of videos. It's only like a few of them, and it's from like 3 years ago, which obviously the process would still be the same. I mean, I haven't found any updated information, but I can't be the only one who's going through this. And maybe there's just mamas out there who don't know that they can do this. Maybe they all think too that their milk was bad and they're throwing it out. I hope not, but I ask that you guys share this video. That way we can reach as many mamas as possible, because maybe there's a lot of other ladies that are going through this that they just don't know what they can do about it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't ask my mommy friends, what does your breast milk smell like? What does it taste like after you've pumped it? It's just not something that I talk about with other mamas. I mean, it'd be great to do that, but I actually don't have that many friends who breastfeed, at least friends that I know well enough to ask how their breast milk smells. So I think it would be a great idea for everybody to share this, or at least talk about it with your mom friends. Maybe they're going through it and there's a solution that they just don't know about yet. If you have any suggestions or any comments to add to it, please leave it down below in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one. Remix! What'd you say, Jackson? You said... My house is a crazy house. Baby shark dee 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 dee, baby shark dee 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 dee, baby shark dee 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 dee, baby shark.